Hey guys, so before I begin the video, I'd just like to give a shout out to the Movie Flame YouTube channel. They are who inspired me to create my own Every Family Tree and Supergirl video. You can see their video right there for Harry Potter. They have a bunch of cool sci-fi fantasy content like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, The Hunger Games, Marvel as well. All of their videos are super cool. Please go check them out, and on with the video. Hello there, folks. I got the most random idea last night after scrolling through my YouTube recommended page. A video popped up of a Harry Potter family tree and showing how all of the characters in both the books and the movies are related and connected to one another. And I looked at that video and I thought, I can do that. Supergirl as a show in and of itself, just the CW show, there aren't that many family trees. There aren't that many ways to connect all the characters through familial relation. If we're talking comics, that's a whole nother story, but just this show, it's hard. So, let's just dive right in. Let's take a gander. I wanted to find every possible way I could connect Kara right here to people in the show. Every possible way I could find that they are connected in a familial way. Not like friends that we think of as family, but like actual family. We have over here in the corner Kara Zor-El, birthday September 22nd, 1966. We don't actually know Kara's birthday in the show. It's never stated. She did have an Earth birthday.
Happy Earth birthday.
I think that episode aired sometime around February, so we could say that her Earth birthday is like the day that the episode aired. But, I mean, that's not the day she was born. So this is just the day that the Supergirl character was created. The character of Kara Zor-El was created, September 22nd, 1966. So if we're going by that, that's when she was born. Anyway, let's just dive right in. So we have Kara right here, and then we have her mother, Alora. This is like a family line. This is Alora, NZ. And then Alora married Zor-El. That's Zor-El, her father. They married, they had a baby. But Zor-El, he has a brother, right? Jor-El. I know, very creative. His name is in pale gray because he's dead. Everyone's name who is in pale gray is dead. Alora and Zor-El are technically alive in Argo, so they are not dead. When we go over here, Zor-El's brother Jor-El married Lara Lorvan. Now, it is never stated on the show what her name actually is, but in all the comics, Superman's biological mother is named Lara Lorvan. So, Jor-El and Lara had a baby, Kal-El. Now, we have connections here. So, Kara and Kal-El are cousins. So, if we go up here, brother, son, boom, cousins. So then Kal-El goes to Earth. If we click Kal-El, we have the secondary adoptive parents of Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent over here. This is why there's this pale little line right here. They are both dead, R.I.P. But we have Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent right here. So this is the relationship pipeline. So if we're seeing how Martha and Kara have any sort of relationship, it's because Kara's cousin is Kal-El, and then Kal-El's adoptive mother is Martha Kent. There we go. Same thing with Jonathan Kent. That's just how we roll over here. Anyway, let's go back to Kal. So these are Kal's adoptive parents, Martha and Jonathan. We go over here. Kal marries Lois Lane. Show relationship to Lois Lane. She's married to her cousin. Boom. And then we scroll down, and then Kal and Lois have a baby, Jonathan Kent. Baby John. This is technically Kara's cousin once removed, I believe. Paternal cousin once removed, I believe. I don't know the schematics of that. I just know Kal is her first cousin. I think technically John would be her second cousin, or paternal cousin once removed. I don't know, I'm not a genealogist. Anyway, so we know for a fact that it's canon in the Supergirl show, Supergirl CW, Earth 38, or Earth Prime now, I guess, that Lois and Cal have a baby named Jonathan. He is seen for the first time in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover. However, at the end of the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, we see Lois and Clark talking to each other. And Lois is like, hey, you gotta get home to the boys. Clark's like, the boys?
Hey, Lois.
Clark, I need you to get to Metropolis now. It's the boys.
The boys?
So, it is technically canon in this universe that Clark and Lois have 2 sons. We know one is Jonathan, the other could be Jordan Kent. That is not confirmed because, as we know, or as we don't know, I don't even know. Okay, Superman and Lois technically revealed that they are not in the same universe as the rest of the Earth Prime heroes, but I don't even know what Superman and Lois is doing at this point. I don't even know if they know what they're doing at this point. So we can't technically confirm that Jordan is the name of the other son, but here we are. These are Kara's technical second cousins, Jonathan and Jordan, maybe, question mark. If we go back up to Lois, don't look at that. You didn't see that. I know his name is Samuel. I know he was in Supergirl. Sam Lane. Don't look at it anymore. So she has a sister named Lucy Lane who is also on Supergirl. So we go to Lucy Lane, show relationship to Lucy. Lucy is the sister of Kara's cousin Clark's wife. Boom. There we go. So it's technically like if Lois is Kara's cousin-in-law, this is like a second cousin-in-law. Thrice removed. I don't know. They're really close friends, and technically through family they are related because Lucy is Jonathan and Jordan aunt, right? So since Kara is Jonathan and Jordan's second cousin, they have a relation. Anyway, moving on. We need to explore her maternal side. Allura has a sister, Astra and Z. Astra is just Kara's aunt, just maternal aunt. Astra is married to a man named Nan, and Nan is Kara's uncle, not biological. Anyway, so she's married to Nan. They don't have any kids. They never had any kids. That's the maternal side. It's pretty short because Astra didn't have any kids and Allura doesn't have any other siblings. So let's move on to Eliza and Jeremiah. You see, remember that pale gray line from before? That is the secondary parent line. Eliza is Kara's adopted mother. So we have this adopted mother. See? And then Eliza is married to Jeremiah Danvers, who is dead. And then Jeremiah is Kara's adopted father. See how that works? They have a biological daughter named Alex right here. And that technically makes Kara and Alex sisters. Alex is married to Kelly Olsen. They together have an adoptive daughter. See this pale gray line? Esme. So Kelly is technically Kara's sister-in-law. And then they have a daughter together, Esme Olsen Danvers, question mark, Danvers Olsen, question mark, just Danvers, just Olsen, we'll never know. I like to think they'd hyphenate. I don't know which name would come first. Esme Olsen Danvers kind of rolls off the tongue better in my opinion compared to Esme Danvers Olsen. I don't know. What do you think her last name would be? Anyway, since Esme is the daughter of Kara's adoptive sister, Esme is technically Kara's adoptive niece. I don't know the logistics of that. Esme is Kara's niece. But Kelly over here has a brother, James Olsen. And while James and Kara used to date, they stopped. They still end up sharing a niece though, because Alex married James's sister. So they are connected by this. So Kara's sister married James's sister, and now they are both aunt and uncle to Esme Olsen Danvers. How fun. They share a nibbling. Why is that a word? And the fact that I didn't have to look that up, like I knew that. A gender neutral term for niece and nephew is nibbling. But anyway, I have this little faint gray line, which usually means adoptive, but in this instance, it does not. I wanted to add Lena because technically Lena is Esme's godmother. Alex and Kelly asked Lena to be Esme's godmother in the series finale.
Which brings us to what we wanted to discuss with you.
No, I know. You want to adopt me, right?
Well, it's something like that, but in reverse. We would really love for you to be Esme's godmother.
I mean, I was just happy being the really cool aunt, but yes, of course.
I love you. Oh, we love you.
While that isn't like a familial connection, a lot of people see it as so. It doesn't really have any legality in terms of like real life. Like you can't just go up to a kid and be like, hey, I'm their godmother, I get to make their medical decisions, unless you have like custody of them. You can't really do that. But you know, there's no relation in the slightest, but you know, godmother. I wanted to make this as long as possible. That's all it is. I wanted to make this as long as possible and see how far I could stretch this before it just got too much of a stretch. So technically Kara and Lena have a relationship because Kara's niece is also Lena's goddaughter. We discussed this little area. Let's go back to Kara and back over here to this little short little family unit, and we're going to click Alex for a second. As we get to Alex, we have another father bond over here, another secondary parent. I put John as a foster parent for Alex because, you know, John is better than her deadbeat rat looking dead father over here. It's been said multiple times on the show that Alex looks to John as a father, and that, you know, Jeremiah isn't really that same man anymore. He isn't really the person she views as a father.
Tell me why you're refusing to go to your father's funeral.
Because I don't feel the need to bury a man who has been dead to me for years. You've always been like a father to me. And John, I choose you to be my family.
So if we go up to Jean, we click Jean. Dear God. Sorry. When I remembered that Jean has like this connection, I was like, well, I have to put the whole family tree. And I wanted to add John to Kara's as a secondary parent because, you know, John does view Alex and Kara as both his daughters. It's more often that we see his relationship with Alex, but it's referenced multiple times, time and time again, that he views Kara and Alex as his daughters. It wouldn't let me add another secondary set of parents for Kara's like little profile. I tried. I did. If I went over to Eliza, it would let me add secondary parents. If I went over to anyone who didn't have secondary parents, it would let me, but it just wouldn't let me for Kara. They said 4 is enough. You have enough. If I could, I would have added John as a secondary parent for her, but it would not let me, so it's only on Alex's, but he's there in spirit. So if we click Jean as like a secondary, I put foster father for Alex, we get this monstrosity up here. Jean has a brother, Malefic Jones. Mal, if you will. If we wanted to figure out the connection, actually we can't. Oh, we can. Alright, I'm cool. Yeah, alright. Jean is sort of Kara's surrogate father, and then John has a brother, Malefic. So Mal is sort of kind of an uncle figure. Not really. They didn't interact at all. But like, it's sort of like estranged uncle. You know, everybody has that like family member that's estranged, but you know, it's still technically like your family. Yeah, that's what Mal is. Anyway, Mal came from Marin. Why did I go in this order? I should have just gone with Marin first. Mal and John are brothers, and they have a dad named Marin. Marin is their father. He's a very sweet man. He is no longer with us. We have space dad right here with Jean, and then space grandpa. If we go back down to Alex, Jean is technically Esme's grandpa. She calls him Grandpa Jean. They reference him as Grandpa Jean. I do wish they would have gone with Papa Jean as the name Esme would call him. But I mean, come on, Papa Jean, the opportunity was right there, and they didn't even humor it. Anyway, Jean was once married to a woman named Mariah on Mars. Jean is widowed, technically, but together they had 2 daughters, Kim and Tanya. He had those daughters with Mariah. But since coming to Earth, Jean has met Megan Morse, who was a white Martian, is still technically a white Martian, but you know, she has green Martian blood in her. She likes to pretend to be a green Martian. I don't really know. Megan is a Martian that Jean met on Earth. I really didn't understand their relationship for a while. They were off and on. They're together. I like to believe they're together, even before we had confirmation that they're together in the future from when. Anyway, they have a son in the future, in the 31st century. As you can see, birth date 3100.
It will be. At least that's what yours and Megan's son tells us. Papa Bear.
My son?
Why did I write 3100 as like a year? Because then that would be 2100 as in right now. But it's not.
We do not know his name. I tried to look it up. John Jones, Martian Manhunter, he never had a son in the comics, in any of the comics, so I literally could not find any sort of name. But they have a son together. Wynn confirmed it. Son with Megan in the future. I like to think if they did have the baby soon, in this time period, he would be like a little brother to Kara and Alex. I mean, like a really little brother, like a baby. So this is this familial unit. This is the biggest stretch, I think, for relationships to Kara. Not with Kelly and Alex and Esme, of course. Jean is not really part of that either. But going up to this side, to just John's family, that's kind of a stretch. So if we'll go back to Kara, I'm pretty sure we explored everything. We pretty much explored everything. I think I did a good job of explaining how they're related to these people, how she's related to these people. I'd love to do this again. If you have suggestions, I'll do it. It was fun to do. Well, this is how Kara is related to characters that have been seen on Supergirl. There's no other characters that I can think of that she would have a family tie to that isn't just too far of a stretch. So yeah, that's all I got. And maybe I'll see you next time. Bye.